Hello again. I'm back from my doctor's appointment. We did find out that I'm gonna have to get surgery again. I mean, I was pretty much expecting that I was going to be getting surgery. It was just when and what kind and what are they gonna do. I'll just explain like what happened when we got there. He saw my x-rays and you could tell that he was like really concerned about it. And then he looked at my CT scans, and that's where they do frame pictures so that they get a 3D image of the bone. So you can see through it and you can actually go the whole way through layer by layer, and you see that I have a hole the entire way through that hasn't conjoined at all on both of my feet. He saw that and he came back and was just like, "Oh wow, you're really young, and this is the rarest thing that I've seen in my whole career working." And he's been a foot doctor for 20 years. And I was really grateful for that, just because no doctor has actually just flat out said it like that. You can tell that they're just always beating around the bush, which is kind of frustrating as somebody going through it. Like, you get this vibe from everybody that something unusual is happening, but they never really say anything. So that was one thing that really stuck out to me with this doctor. Not only that, though, he talked about how he's done seminars and other things that are related to this particular surgery, and so he's very knowledgeable, and he is somebody who has done different types of techniques. So it's really encouraging. However, he is an hour away from where I live, which is going to be a little rough, and I'm going to probably have to ask for a lot of help from people. He's a good doctor, and this is my life, and I'm not going to put my life in just anybody's hands. So let's get to it. So here I printed off a picture of a foot for everybody. I'm really excited about doing this because normally I would just explain it in my blog, and I always feel like it's kind of really confusing, for me at least, so I think that's probably for other people too. This is the calcaneal. D is the calcaneal bone, and they actually cut this right about here. Let me draw for you guys. Right about there. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I have no idea how accurate that is. But that's the general idea. I think maybe it's a little farther behind, or they tried to, because this is a joint right here. So if you can see that, there you go. And then this is also a joint right here. Right here. This is hard. So now right now, on both of my feet, I have a gap right through this bone, the entire way through. If you can tell, this is obviously where you place a ton of your weight. So that's really fun. Alright, what he wants to do, and the best thing for me to do in his opinion as a doctor, which of course I've seen multiple doctors by this point, and his and the most recent one that I trusted the most correspond, which is really encouraging. And I really trust these guys. So right here is this joint, and then you have this bone. And since on both of my feet, this bone hasn't been connected to any bones for too long, this one potentially could be mostly dead. And so even if they tried to put a graft back in here and try to get it to heal and put healing stuff on it to encourage it, there's a high possibility that there's just no way this would ever grow back, because it's most likely mostly dead, just from how long it's been. And then that just causes the joint to have a lot of issues too. So what he will be doing is he'll be cutting a little bit of this bone here and a little bit of this bone here, and taking the joint out and then putting a graft right in there and fusing the bones, D and F, together. So right now that's my future. Thanks for watching.